wonder, is there any evidence about Taiwan? We have done research on Taiwan. According to Taiwan's law, marriage is still between men and women. It's like it was mentioned in the law. But we think that in international dictionaries such as the American Heritage Dictionary, Oxford English Dictionary, and even Webster have already changed their definitions for marriage, including same-sex unions. So we think that Taiwan's law is way not catching up to time in the 21st century. And there is a gay parade just happened just last week. They said freedom and individuality and all those things also extend to people who just happen to be gay, who were born gay. They weren't made gay. And there's a parade happening just last week. It's just in Taipei, and my friends have entered that parade too. They are making great effort to change the law in Taiwan and give the rights for those who are born to be gay. And a lot of people who join the parade aren't gays. They are just usual people like us. But they want to stand up for the people who are born to be gay. It's not their choice. So I think that's part of research we've done in Taiwan.
Okay, good. All right, now it's negative team's turn. You have 2 minutes. Please say the question first.
Which one is more important, the law or the human rights? So first, I would like to say that the Constitution of our Republic of China said that law was created to protect our human rights. So we can separately discuss them. We know that the law is based on our human rights, and human rights is protected by our law. So I think they are important. They are important, yes. They are all important. Now the one is higher, the one is in lower status. And also, but according to the marriage, we know as the opening debater mentioned that marriage is not the public affairs. It has some socialities in. It has something to do with our society. So how can we make a law to protect their rights, but they don't perform any obligations to improve our society? So I don't think we think that if we legalize the same-sex marriage, is indeed maybe protects the little group of people's rights. However, it may decrease the major groups benefits. So I think this is unbalanced. So we don't think legalizing the same-sex marriage in Taiwan is appropriate now. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, Marcy, it's your turn to make a conclusion speech. You have 3 minutes.
Hi everyone. So in conclusion, we are opposed to the statement that homosexual people can be married in Taiwan. As mentioned, our reasons are the following. First, the chapter of marriage in Taiwan's civil law is based on the heterosexual marriage, and it's certainly Taiwan's culture and institution. And this limited is not only related to laws, but also the society. Our laws of marriage could crash at any time if we allow any kind of marriage, any kind of couple to marry. And seriously, it will affect or even damage our basis of society. And second, as study shows, now Taiwan has a serious problem of decreasing birth rate. If same-sex marriage is allowed in Taiwan, this kind of situation could be accelerated and worsened. As we can see, procreation is the ability and duty owned by married couples. And children are produced and raised in a family to make the country alive, and it should be lasted for generations. And marriage is one serious thing to be considered more. So we say to love is one thing, but to marry is another thing. And as opening mentioned, there are a series of processes to do to get the certificate of marriage. In this way, marriage is accepted by the society and protected by the government. It reflects the society of the marriage. And we found that our opponents seldom talk about the Taiwan's culture. And we know that the culture of Western and Eastern countries has many very big differences. And third, if same-sex marriage is allowed in Taiwan, there will be more children adopted and raised in same-sex households. But this kind of family is not the best for the children to grow. Children need both a mother and a father in their process to reach maturity. And as research shows, this kind of families could lead to children's certain mental incompletion, which may cause their behaviors like early sexual activity and teenage pregnancy. And it's not a very good phenomenon for both children and society. And above mentioned are our arguments. All in all, we strongly disapprove of the homosexual marriage in Taiwan. Thank you for listening.
You have 3 minutes.
All teams think that homosexual people can be married in Taiwan. And since that today is a global world, we shouldn't separate our culture from us. First, marriage is an emotional commitment by two people who love each other. We shouldn't limit marriage only between man and woman. Marriage is a commitment to love and care for your spouse till death. This is what we always heard in all wedding vows. And homosexual people can clearly qualify for marriage according to these vows. Second, marriage is much more than procreation, much more than reproduction, and much more than kids. According to economist January 1st, 1996, he said that it is true that the single most important reason society cares about marriage is for the sake of children, but society's stay unstable. Long-term partnerships hardly end there. So, homosexual people who can have children, who don't want to have children, can be married. Since sex and reproduction take place in and out of marriage, it can be a rational reason to forbid homosexual marriage in this issue. And third, homosexual marriage shouldn't be banned for tradition. In the past, we follow the traditional values handed by our ancestors. But when time passes out, the old and out of time traditional values should be abandoned, and we shouldn't. And new and modern values should replace the old ones. Something has always been done a certain way, but it doesn't mean that it must always remain that way. Homosexual marriage shouldn't be illegal, as they also have rights to fall in love with each other and have a family together. This is a democratic society. If homosexual marriage didn't do harm to others, we shouldn't forbid them to be married. According to all these reasons above, all things think that homosexual people should be married in Taiwan. Thank you.
Okay, nice job, debate.